Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you.
Welcome back, trainers, battlers, and girls at PvP. This is PoGo here coming at you with my Girtina raid guide and meta-analysis. In this video, we're going to be covering Girtina, the awesome ghost dragon type Pokemon coming back into Pokemon Go with its shiny variant, and I will give you all of the tips and tricks you need to know to get you ready. And this is actually the official start of our Halloween event for this year, so I am looking forward to this one big time. And if you haven't heard of me before, I'm PoGo. I come up with event guides, tips and tricks videos, and some PvP content. And if you haven't already, please do drop a like, subscribe if you like this content, leave a comment down there below. Are you excited for Giritina's spooky return? Alrighty trainers, and without further ado, let's get right into that video. Alrighty trainers, so at the time of recording we do not have a new graphic by Couple of Gaming or LeakDuck, so we're just going straight to PokeBattler, the best resource when it comes to Pokemon Go raids. So over here we do see the Girtina Origin Forme. Now what's going to be awesome about Girtina Origin Forme is it actually does have a lot of weaknesses. Now it's going to be weak to Dark, Dragon, Fairy, Ghost, and Ice type Pokemon. So you have plenty of ways to hit it. And then if, when it comes to the movesets, as the fast move, Giratina learns Dragon Tail and Shadow Claw, and for the charge moves it learns Dragon Pulse, Ominous Wind, and Shadow Ball. So obviously, let's take a look here. If it has the dragon moves, you don't want to use your dragon counters, and if it's using either of the ghost moves, you definitely do not want to use your own ghosts, as they're going to be weak to ghosts as well. Or if you're using the Shadow Ball Mewtwo, definitely don't use it if it has Ominous Wind or Shadow Ball. But everything else is pretty free reign here. Now let's take a deeper dive here in PvPoke. Everyone should be able to make a team for this because it has so many weaknesses, 5 total weaknesses, being a ghost and dragon type Pokemon. Alright, so first we will leave the shadows in, and then we will remove the shadows as an option here. But up first we have the new and newly released Mega Houndoom. Mega Houndoom with Snarl and Foul Play. Plus, if you evolve that and anyone in your team, your party's using those dark types, they are going to pick up that boost, the Mega Boost, which is very nice for damage. And then we do see Shadow Pokemon about to dominate the entire game, but we see Shadow Salamence with Dragon Tail Outrage. Outrage is a Community Day move, so you'll have to use an Elite TM if you want that move set, or if you somehow evolved it. No, yeah, not possible. Elite TM. And then with Shadow Weavile, Weavile is already one of the most craziest DPS ice type attackers in the game. We see Shadow Weavile with Snarl Avalanche, Shadow Dragonite doing a lot of damage with Dragon Tail or Dragon Claw. You see Shadow Tyranitar Bite and Crunch, and of course the non-shadow variants of these are going to be very good as well, just not as high up as the shadow variants, because shadows do 20% more damage. And we do see Rayquaza here with Dragon Tail Outrage, so as long as Giratina isn't rocking Dragon Pulse, you should be totally fine there. Then Salamence with Dragon Tail, Draco Meteor, or if you have the Outrage variant, it'll be ahead of that. Mega Charizard X with Wing Attack, Dragon Claw, and if you do this right after Community Day, Mega Charizard X and Y will both have access to Dragon Breath, and so will Charizard as well. So some definite things to look at there. And let's see here, Palkia with Dragon Tail, Draco Meteor, Dragonite with Dragon Tail Outrage, Darkrai with Snarl Shadow Ball, And it also has access to Dark Pulse, you could use that too. And we have Shadow Mewtwo with Psycho Cut and Shadow Ball. So if you decided to power that up and Giratina's not rocking any of the Ghost Charge moves, Ominous Wind, Shadow Ball, that's definitely going to be very good for you to do a lot of damage. And make sure you're dodging. Garchomp with Dragon Tail Outrage, Haxorus, Dragon Tail, Dragon Claw, Zekrom with Dragon Breath Outrage, Mega Charizard Y with Wing Attack, that's a legacy move there, Dragon Claw, and then again after Community Day, using Dragon Breath on these guys is going to help you a lot. I actually think Mega Charizard Y will be a little more advantageous because it's going to be a flying fire type that's going to have access to Dragon Breath, so that might be a lot better than going in with Mega Charizard X, who is also part dragon. Now we see Shadow Houndoom making a play here. Dialga with Dragon Breath, Draco Meteor, a favorite there. Weavile, Snarl Avalanche, Galarian Dramanitan, the snowman there, with Ice Fang and Avalanche. Reshiram with Dragon Breath, Draco Meteor, Shadow Absol, oh my gosh, that must be glassy, but Snarl Dark Pulse, Mamoswine, the king of the ices, or at least the thickest of the kings. And then if you beat your own Giratina raid, you get your own Giratina, you can turn around and use that in a raid if you need to. Then we see Kyurem, a dragon and ice type Pokemon, so a pretty interesting typing there, pretty good for this. Then we have Mega Pidgeot with Wing Attack and Brave Bird, Latios with Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw, Mega Blastoise with Bite and Ice Beam. Ooh, that's actually a nice coverage for Dragon, especially Giratina. That's nice. I didn't think of that one at all. We have our trusty handy dandy Tyrannotars with Bite and Crunch, and Hydreigon with Dragon Breath and Dark Pulse. Obviously this is the top 30 with the Shadow Pokemon. Let's go ahead and remove Shadows from that list because not everyone is going to be able to power up one of those. And we do see this shift here. Rayquaza moves up, and we do see a lot of the same things here. Let's see what is new. So we ended off with Hydreigon. There comes Mewtwo with Confusion and Shadow Ball. I prefer Psycho Cut. Togekiss, Charm, Dazzling Gleam. There you go. There's our first fairy making it onto the list. Honchkrow with Snarl, Dark Pulse. So if you powered one up for the Ultra League, there you go. Gardevoir with Charm and Dazzling Gleam. Glaceon, Frost Breath and Avalanche. Houndoom and Absol, marking off that bottom there. Now, these are really great options. Again, I recommend you make at least 2 teams. One team for Giratina with the dragon moves, and the other team for Giratina with the ghost moves. We should have plenty of counters for this Pokemon since it is weak to 5 types, but plenty of options there. Now let's take a look at the PvP aspect of Giratina. So over to PvPoke, and on PvPoke, we're going to the Ultra League because Giratina just can't make it in the Great League, even if it was unlocked in research at level 15. Just not possible. So we do see in the Ultra League, and it's open Ultra, so Premier Cup is only for Pokemon that are not legendary or mythical, so Giratina's out. But we do see the altered form. That thing has been a staple for the Ultra League for a very long time now, since it first appeared. And then Girtina Origin Forme sitting at number 9 with the recommended moveset of Shadow Claw, Shadow Ball, and Ominous Wind. And it has key wins against its altered form. It has wins against Cresselia, Swampert, Venusaur, and Registeel, so some very key wins on some of the big players of that meta there. It's going to lose to Articuno, Lapras, Shiftry, Clefable, and Snorlax, so some also big names of the Ultra League. Definitely see those pop up. And let's see here. So it does have access to Dragon Breath, Dragon Tail, as we mentioned before. Shadow Claw Dragon Tail, but Shadow Claw is most optimal because it helps you get to the moves a lot quicker. And then for the charge moves, Shadow Ball, Ominous Wind, and Dragon Pulse. And there's a few different variants of this. Most commonly we see Ominous Wind and Shadow Ball because Ominous Wind is a baiting move, and you do have that Shadow Ball there, which is a big nuking move, and Dragon Pulse is just not that great of a move. But we'll see. I have seen variants of people running that, and it does catch trainers off guard, especially if they're using dragons. So it's nice. And then we do see those 5 weaknesses there, and the resistance is there. Make sure to check out PB Poke. Now let's go over to the Master League. Does Giratina play a role there? Well, yes. Yes, we do. We see the Origin form actually moving ahead of the altered form, moving in at number 6 here. The same recommended moves of Shadow Claw, Shadow Ball, Ominous Wind. We have that bait and Ominous Wind and that nuke move. Now, let's see what it's going to be winning up against. So it has key wins against Kyogre, Melmetal, Giratina Altered, Mewtwo, and Metagross. All things that we see in open Master League. And look at these win rates, not too bad here. Now key losses, it has some pretty close matchups with Dialga, it appears like. Togekiss is bad for you. Dragonite can definitely do some harm. Rhyperior and Zekrom, so it does have things to look out for, but you do have a lot of play in PvP with Girtina Origin Forme. And then one quick thing I want to show you, since we're on the topic of PvP, is the rank checker over on Go Stadium. So let's see here, Go Stadium. If you haven't gone to check that out, you can just I'll leave a link in the description, but you could just put Go Stadium IV checker and you'll be able to find it as well. But I just wanted to show you here with the raids. So obviously for Master League you want 100%, the 15-15-15 or the 15-14-15. Usually that's the equivalent of a hundo, but it's a 98%. Now I just wanted to show you in the Ultra League, if you're someone that just wants to maximize with what they get in raids, or maybe trades aren't available to you, you can see that the number 1 raid Giratina for the Ultra League is going to be a 13-15-14. So that 13-15-14 is going to be ranked at number 1, coming in at level 24. However, I do see that some of the other ranks for this get to level 24.5. So I would say after your raids, if you have an IV checker, go ahead and check it. But some of them don't give you this kind of data that you get at Go Stadium. So for example, I could run an IV with Pokegenie, which is the one I prefer to use, and it'll give me some big number that Giratina is ranked, I don't know, 200, 300, something like that. But if you actually plug in that information here, Girtina Origin Forme, 13, 15, 14, you select that you got it in a raid. This will sort it based on the raid IVs. So number 1, 13, 15, 14, that will be the number 1 Giratina that you can get from raids. And is that the one that you're going to want to invest in? I'm not sure. Some people are more into levels and some people are more into the best possible IVs. So if you do want to maximize, I would say go and check them out. I'll leave this link in the description here, but make sure you're checking those IVs. They're not all trash. And if you do manage to get a 15-15-15, congratulations, that is the Ultra League, or sorry, that is the Master League number 1 overall IV spread. Now I'm gonna take a look here and let's click in Masters. I just want to see what is ranking in at number 2. So, oh wow, that's actually surprising. Number 2 is a 14-15-15. You're gonna be losing the CMP ties though if the opponent's running a hundo. So 15-15-14 is coming in at 3rd, and the 15-14-15 coming in at 4th. I would not consider things under that. Maybe the 15-15-13. That's and 15, 14, 14. I could see that. Other than that, I'm probably not going lower than that. So I am still definitely on the hunt, and I'll be keeping an eye out on all these IVs as well. So alrighty trainers, hopefully that was a lot of helpful information for you, and you are ready for Girtina. And if you did like this content, please drop a like, subscribe down there, and until next time trainers, gotta catch 'em all.